Hello, one and all. I'm Dr. Shaumili Mandal, and I'm back with the fourth lecture of my fourth module. So, in the fourth lecture, I'll be talking about the folk songs of Central and West India. In this lecture, Folk Songs of Central and West India, I'll be covering the folk songs which are predominantly prevalent in the areas of Western India and Central India. So, the first one, which I'm going to talk about, is the folk music of Rajasthan. The folk music of Rajasthan is vibrant and eloquent. It frequently tells tales of devotion, romance, and bravery. For instance, we have Mand, a deep, soulful tone performed in a semi classical style. For instance, we have the very famous song Kesariya Balam, and we also have Babuji Ki Far, which is a musical narrative tradition about indigenous warriors and deities. Professional folk musicians known as langas and manganiyars play instruments while singing this song. Also, Rajasthani folk music is also distinguished by unique melodies, instruments, and subject themes, and the lively representation of Rajasthan's rich cultural legacy. The musical genre, which is deeply ingrained in the customs and everyday lives of its people, captures stories of bravery, love, devotion, and the rhythms of rural life. So, what are the important aspects of Rajasthani traditional music? They are simple. They are repeated tunes that are simple to remember, and they are sang along with the frequently center of the songs. The heroic actions of historical personalities, love stories, religious hymns, and celebrations of the seasons of nature, like the start of the monsoon or harvest, are common subjects. So, what are the instruments we use in the Rajasthani folk music? We use the percussion. The rhythmic underpinnings are provided by instruments, also dholak, a two-headed drum. We also have a staple of many performances, the ektara, a single stringed instrument, and the sarangi, a bow string instrument. We also have melodic and harmonic layers played in wind instruments like the morchang and algoza. So, the musical legacy has been historically passed down through specific communities. The Muslim groups, as I said, known as Manganiyars and Langas, have a syncretic practice of performing to both Hindu and Muslim audiences. Some ranging from folk tales to classical ragas are a part of their repertoire. Also, there are dance and music forms frequently combined to create lively performances. We have the Ghumar, a women's traditional dance characterized by elegant spins and vibrant costumes. And we have the Ghumar songs, which are sung during these performances. We also have the Kalbelia dance, and also with Kalbelia dance, the Kalbelia songs are performed by the Kalbelia community, renowned for its quick, slithering motions that mimic those of snakes. Also, as I said, Kesariya Balam is a well known song that greets visitors and embodies Rajasthani hospitality. It is performed in the Mand singing style. And I'm always mentioning Babuji Ki Far in oral poetry tradition, in the folk tales, in the folk music, which says about a musical narrator that tells the stories of the 14th century folk hero Babuji. It is typically performed with a painted scroll known as fur that illustrates events from the mythology. We also have Panihari songs, which depict the feelings and the daily activities of women who go water fetching, highlighting the communal and difficult aspects of this vital duty. And we know that Rajasthan has scarcity of water as it's a desertous area. Sorry, a desert area. So, the Panihari songs are very important. Next, I'm going to talk about the folk songs from Gujarat. So, Gujarati folk music, which includes a range of traditional melodies, honors life's many dimensions and is a lively representation of the state's cultural legacy. Each of these songs has its own special meaning and allure, and they are frequently performed at festivals, weddings, and public events. We have the Sanero, which is a vibrant folk music style that originated in Gujarat and is distinguished by its catchy beats and rhythmic concepts. Sanero is derived from the word snehero, or snehado, which means fondness or love. The song usually consists four-line stanzas and explore a variety of topics from satire to passion and youth. It is a mainstay during wedding festivities and Navratri celebrations because to its upbeat tempo. Its unique tone is enhanced by the companion instrument, the daklu, a large version of the damru. Also, there's a very famous song of Sanero, Morbani Thangatkare, which exemplifies the seamless fusion of literary, artistry, and musical tradition. It was originally penned by Ravindranath Tagore and it was translated into Gujarati by Javirshan Meghani and set to music by Hemu Garvi. The lyrics vividly depict the joy and rejuvenation brought by the monsoon, symbolized through the imagery of a peacock dancing in delight. Its enduring appeal led to its inclusion in the Bollywood film Goliyon Ki Raslila Ramlila, introducing it to a broader audience. Also, a unique niche in Gujarati folk music is occupied by the classic Garba and Dandiya song Maniyaru. The song is a favorite during Navratri because its melody and lyrics capture the essence of group dancing and celebration. Garba dancers, synchronized steps, and rhythmic claps give the music life and promote a sense of celebration and togetherness. So, we have a very famous song, Taro Dhol Baje Dholi. This well known song from the 1999 Bollywood film Hum Dil De Chuke Sanam has strong roots in Gujarati folklore. Its lively beats and joyous lyrics, composed by Ismail Darbar and sung by Kavita Krishnamurti, perfectly encapsulate Gujarati culture. The song is a perennial favorite since it portrays traditional dance and music. Next, I'm going to talk about the folk songs from Maharashtra. So, the rich cultural fabric of Maharashtra is vibrantly reflected in its folk music, which takes several genres and tells stories about the state's history, customs, and everyday life. Each of these musical manifestations, with its own distinct themes, rhythms, has its roots in the experiences of the local communities. The term Lavani is derived from the Marathi word Lavanya, meaning beauty and refers to the lively music, folk music. The term Lavani also has a dance style known for its brisk tempo and captivating rhythms. They are traditionally performed by female artists dressed in vibrant clothing. Lavani explores themes of politics, social issues, and love. The performances are renowned for their potent expressions and have historically functioned as a form of social commentary as well as entertainment. Also, the heroic actions of historical figures, particularly Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj, are vividly recounted in the heroic ballad genre known as Pawadas. These songs, which are performed with great vigor, are meant to inspire listeners with pride and bravery. Povada is an engaging kind of outdoor storytelling because of its strong rhythms and forceful stanza finishes. There's also the Koli Geet, which originated with the Koli fishermen on the Konkan coast, embodying the spirit of the sea. These songs cover a variety of topics, such as community emotional experiences, daily fishing activities, and devotion to sea deities. Koli Geet frequently includes dances that imitate rowing and wave movements, accompanied with instruments like the dholak and cymbals, signifying the intimating bond between the Kolis and the sea. Also, we have traditional tunes known as Bhaleri songs, which are sung to encourage and uplift farmers while they toil in the fields. By giving the laboring farmers rhythm and motivation, these songs help to break up the monotony of agricultural labor. We have another important genre of folk music in Maharashtra, the Ovi, which is sung by village women while completing household chores such as grinding grains. These songs generally reflect personal events and emotions relating to their maternal homes and marital life, allowing a view into the domestic sphere of rural Maharashtra. We also have abhangs, which I also discussed in my lecture on oral poetry traditions. So, abhangs are devotional songs, even, which are dedicated to Lord Vithoba, illustrating the bhakti movement's influence in Maharashtra. These spiritually charged works, written by saint poets such as Tukaram and Namdev, highlight themes of devotion and the search for a closer relationship with God. We also have religious rituals and family gatherings, which are an important and integral part throughout India. And the music and dance ritual, known as Gandhal, is performed to honor goddesses like Renuka or Tulja Bhavani. It is a means of calling out blessings and telling legendary stories. We also have Bharud, which is a folk art style and uses satire, theater, and music to express social and moral lessons. Bharud performances captivate audiences while encouraging contemplation of social conventions and actions through the use of allegorical figures and scenarios. In addition to providing entertainment, these various kinds of folk music are essential for maintaining and passing down Maharashtra's rich cultural legacy to future generations. So, next, we are going to talk about the folk songs from Goa, with its blend of Portuguese and indigenous customs. Goa's traditional folk music is a colorful tapestry that captures the state's rich cultural legacy. Numerous forms, each with its distinct qualities and meanings, are used to express this musical diversity. I have discussed earlier, that Goa was a port and it has a combination of many influences throughout the world. Like it has kind of cultivated its art, its folk culture from the whole of the world. The Portuguese, the Dutch, the French, we have the English, everyone actually. So, the elegant song and dance style known as the Mandu perfectly captures the traditions of the Goan nobility. The Mandu blends beautiful music with poetic Konkani lyrics and is usually played in a drawing room during celebrations such as feast and weddings. With a fusion of Indian and Western musical influences, the songs frequently center on love and societal issues. The participants in the sophisticated dance that goes with the mandu are dressed in formal wear, which is a reflection of the influence of European ballroom dances. We also have the Dulpod, a lively dance song with a rapid rhythm and themes derived from common Goan life, is frequently played in tandem with the mando. The lively energy of Goan celebrations are reflected in the Dalpots, which are more impromptu and vivacious than the seriousness of the Mando. One famous example is Farar Farzatai Ranantu, which uses a catchy melody to recount historical events. During festivals and other festive events, the lively and rhythmic folk music known as Dekhni is performed. It has a catchy tempo and is usually paired with traditional Goan dance. in which actors use expressive, emotions to tell stories. The dance with the song frequently depicts a fusion of ethnic stories, signifying the meeting point of several Goan customs. Fugri or Fugdi is a fast paced dance and song form that is mostly performed by women and is an essential part of Goan religious and cultural celebrations. Dancers line up in rows or circles, singing in unison as they move in time. The tempo of the dance gradually quickens, producing a thrilling experience that personifies happiness and harmony within the community. We also have Ghumat Aarti, a key component of Goan Hindu ceremonies, which includes devotional songs chanted in honor of Lord Ganpati, particularly during Ganesh Chaturthi. These artis are accompanied by the ghumat, a traditional percussion instrument constructed of monitor lizard skin and pottery that creates a resonating sound that heightens the spiritual atmosphere. Also, the ghumat, is an earthen percussion instrument that I said is crucial for the devotional songs. We have also the shamel, a cylindrical drum that is played in tandem with the ghumad to add rhythmic depth. So, these are the very few, instruments which I have mentioned which play an important role in the Goan folk music. The nagara, the kettle drum, they are used in temple music to produce deep, resonant beats. And the chachantara, a four-piece drum ensemble that is played during temple festivals and processions to symbolize auspiciousness. These instruments provide melodic and rhythmic support that improves the entire musical experience, making them essential to the performance of many folk styles. Goa's folk music, which is preserved via its festivals and group celebrations, is a tribute to the state's diverse cultural heritage. Next, I am going to talk about the folk songs from Madhya Pradesh. The rich folk music of Madhya Pradesh, a state in central India, is a reflection of its varied cultural past, and every area of the state has its own musical traditions, which are distinguished by its regions. The Nimar region, which lies in Madhya Pradesh southwest, is well known for a variety of folk music styles, including the Kalgi Tura, which is a nighttime musical competition honoring Lord Shiva and Parvati. Here, I have attached a photo of the very famous Kumar Gandharv, a prominent figure in the folk music culture of Madhya Pradesh. So, the Kalgi Tura, led by Ustads, two groups compete lyrically, writing and singing impromptu lyrics in an attempt to outshine one another. The winner is chosen by the audience, obviously. We also have the folk genre of Nirguniya Gayan, with style which has its root in Saint Singaji's teachings, focuses on spiritual topics, and is played with instruments like the jhanj and the mridang. Here also we have the garba, the dance oriented music, and the garba music, actually, the garba songs, which is performed during the Navratri festival, has women marching from door to door in groups while singing and clapping rhythmically. So, we had the garba in Gujarat and we have it in a different version in Madhya Pradesh too. We also have Gaulan, where the male musicians use instruments such as the jhanj, mridang, and dholak to present these songs, which are based on stories of Lord Krishna's childhood adventures. Also, we have the Khaya Khoj songs, which are also called Masanya and are sung by male performers at funeral rites and represent the journey of the spirit. The singing is accompanied by instruments such as the ektara, mridang, and jhanj. Also, we have the lavani, which we also saw in Maharashtra and we have it in Madhya Pradesh too, which is a Nirgun inspired style, emphasizes the formless facets of deity. is well liked in both the Nimar and Malwa regions. We also have the Fag, another folk music genre, which are songs and are celebrated during the holy festival, conveying happiness and celebration. We have the folk music from the Malwa region, and here we have the Bhartrahari, which are played on the Chinkara. And this form tells the moving story of King Bhartrahari and Queen Pingla. One well known Bhartrahari singer is Surajbai Khande. Adolescent girls sing the Sanja Geet throughout the course of 16 days of Pitra Paksh, which involves putting cow dung to create Sanja figures on walls. We also have the Barta, a song that reflects social interactions and is performed by groups of women. During the month of Shravan, the Ahir community or the Yadav community, we say, also perform this. Also, as I said, that each area of the state of Madhya Pradesh is rich in the genre of folk music. So, the folk music from Bundelkhand, which is renowned for its heroic past, consists of Alha Gayan, the epic ballads that describe 52 wars and the valor of warrior brothers like Alha and Udal. The Alhaites or performers use nagariya and dholak as instruments. They are dedicated to Hardaul ki Manoti, a local hero who personified sacrifice and morality. We also have the Fag Gayan, a song performed during Holi that celebrates the joy of the holiday and includes versions such as Ishuri ki Fag and Rai Fag. We also have religious songs that recount Mahabharata tales. Also, we have the Bambulia or Lamtera, which are tunes sung in honor of Lord Shiva and Parvati during pilgrimages to the Narmada River on holidays such as Makar Sankranti and Vasant Panchami. They are often referred as Bhola Geet. During Diwali, tribes like the Ahir and Gavli perform the Devari Gayan, a dance in which girls wearing peacock feathers sing from home to house while accompanied by a flute, dholak, and nagariya. Jawar Geet and Jagdev Ki Puara are religious bhajans that are sung in the form of hymns throughout the month of Chaitra. Folk songs performed in the Bagheli dialect in the Bundelkhand region includes the Harbole community performance of Vasudeva Gayan, which tells the narrative of the very famous Shravan Kumar. Also, we have Shramans, who are singers who wear yellow garments, carry an image of Lord Krishna, and play instruments like sarangi, chutki, and paija. We have the Birha Gayan, which we can see also in other parts of India, which are emotionally charged songs and are full of Shringaras. Also, there are communities which perform Bideshiya Gayan, which centers on themes of love, separation, and the desire for reunion. Next, we'll talk about the folk songs from Chhattisgarh. So, the folk songs from Chhattisgarh and the music legacy of Chhattisgarh, a state in central India, reflects the state's tribal origins and cultural vibrancy. The musical genres serve as reflections of the people's beliefs, feelings, and shared experiences, and are intricately intertwined into their daily routines, festivals, and rituals. So, what are the important aspects of folk music in Chhattisgarh? As I said, they are integrated with daily life and rituals. And the folk songs play a very significant role in seasonal celebrations, agricultural activities, and a variety of life events, including marriage and childbirth. And you see, this one person singing and the other person responding back is a common theme in most of the folk music in India. So, the folk music of Chhattisgarh also has this, the same pattern actually. And also, the use of indigenous instruments like dholak, manjira, they contribute to the local flavor and rhythmic depth. And the themes are based in spirituality and nature. So, songs frequently honor gods, the natural world, and the bond between people and the natural world. So, what are the key types of folk music in Chhattisgarh? Stories from the epic Mahabharata are told using the mesmerizing narrative singing style known as Pandavani. Ancient legends are brought to life by performers, including the very well known, extremely famous Tijanbai, who captivates audiences with a combination of song and enactment. We also have the Bihar songs, which are customary wedding tunes that are adapted for particular rituals during the celebration of marriage. Also, we have subgenres of it. The Maimori, which are sung when mustard oil and turmeric are applied, signifying purification. We also have the Chulmati and Tilmati, which go hand in hand with the bride's hair being adorned with oil and flowers. The groom's party was welcomed with a performance by the Parghani. As the groom's procession starts, Bhadoni and Nahadori show their happiness. So we have subgenres, we can say that there is music, in India for every, you can say, like festival, for every ritual, and for every occasion. So we also have in Chhattisgarh the songs which are popular in the districts of Bilaspur and Dantewada and are performed with the Sua dance, particularly around Diwali. So, what is the Sua? A Sua is a parrot, and they are distinguished by lively performances and catchy songs, and they represent local customs. We have the Fag songs, sung during the spring festival of Holi, and the Saunahi songs, performed during the monsoon season. These tunes celebrate the beauty of rainfall, emphasizing both its romantic meaning in local folklore and its importance in agriculture. We also have the Gaura songs. They're devotional in character, and these songs create an environment of devotion and spirituality by honoring Lord Shiva and Goddess Durga, particularly during Diwali. We also have the Khudua songs, which are lullabies that mothers sing to their children, and they represent the loving nature of Chhattisgarhi culture and to family ties. We also have the Pathoni songs, which are songs sung during the Gona ritual to mark a bride's departure to her husband's house, express strong feelings of blessings, affection, and family. So, in addition to being a form of musical expression, Chhattisgarhi folk music is a living tradition that captures the history, values, and social ethos of the state. It still speaks to the rhythms of everyday life and the collective awareness of its people in all of its manifestations. So, now, I will say, like I'll try to connect actually, that despite having different regional expressions, Western and Central Indian folk music traditions have a number of characteristics in common that highlight India's cultural fabric as the narrative storytelling, which is commonly used in folk music in both areas to tell stories about societal themes, love, and bravery. As you know, we have Western India's Lavani, which frequently goes into the romantic and sociological commentary. We have Central India's Alha, which describes the heroic exploits of the great warriors Alha and Udal. Also, in these traditions, dance and music are closely related. Similar to Pandavani in central India, where expressive gestures and dances enhance storytelling, Gujarat's Dandiya Ras blends rhythmic music with coordinated dance movements. So, we have a kaleidoscope actually. And the use of instruments, the musical identities of both regions are defined. While Western India offers instruments like the Sundari and Bhorindo in Gujarat, Central India features instruments like the dholak and manjira to accompany performances. Also, the folk music in these regions encourage participation in the community and is frequently played at festivals and social events, strengthening ties to the local culture. So, the communal element is emphasized by occasions such as Madhya Pradesh local festivities and Gujarat's Navratri. The oral tradition and the preservation of these musical genres are mostly transmitted, with information being passed down through the generations to preserve local historical and very valuable. So we come to the end of this lecture. I'll be saying you more about the folk music culture in my coming lectures. Thank you.